You have hired me to perform on your behalf this grand rite. It is going to combine the goddess of love herself. Now, the goddess of love, we know throughout all different cultures, all different traditions, and the different names: Aphrodite, Astarte, Venus, so forth. I have bound that goddess to an anchor stone that I've been using over quite a while now. That is the actual vessel, the actual anchor for that goddess. And I will be calling on the goddess of love within this ritual. And I will also be working with Santa Muerte in her aspect, La Nina Roja, the red robe of death, as she is the Lady of Love. I'll be combining these forms of idolatry and devotion with her altar, evocation with that sphere of rose quotes. I'll be using sympathetic magic, jar spells, consecration, bloodletting, and various other forms of magic as we go along. This is what a grand rite is. It's combining various forms of ritualistic magic, various forms of different magic, and combining it into one large ritual to produce the best results, the best effects possible. I'll also be doing candle magic and giving offerings on your behalf and doing all these things within this ritual. I've created effigies, clay effigies, red effigies of you and the target. I have placed them both on my radionics box to infuse your energy from your photographs and your names and your dates of birth that are on each plate, and infusing your energy into those clay effigies. I'll be using various oils, various elixirs, and so forth. So, let's get into the ritual. So here's the setup. We have the universal circle, 4 candles in the cardinal directions. These candles have been anointed in the slut water elixir for its qualities and abilities of love. Right out here, we have these smaller love heart candles, which have been anointed in a love oil that I will also be using in this ritual. And before us, we have the altar of Santa Muerte, her one aspect of La Nina Roja, perfect for matters of the heart and love. And yeah, let's dive into it. We also have roses, as you had seen in the circle. These roses have actually been bathed and steeped in Florida water, various herbs and oils, and this produces the energy and the atmosphere that is needed for this ritual. Okay, now we will also be burning some holy dead incense for La Santissima, and this is a grand rite, so this is going to combine various forms of, well, essentially magic and various forms and methods of ritual. I will be combining right here, I will be combining petition. I'll be giving this petition, which has been handwritten by myself, and it's actually been consecrated. It's actually been consecrated, okay? And this will go in the hands of Santa Muerte herself, okay? And she will take this petition on, okay? Now, on top of this, I'm also giving offerings on your behalf to La Santissima, okay? And as well as this, as well as the petition, as well as the offerings made on your behalf, I will also be doing a ritual using a spell jar, okay? So this is combining various forms and various methods of magic. We'll also be using sympathetic magic or effigies, okay? This is going to be combining various forms of magic, various forms of ritual together to produce the most potent effect and the most potent result on your behalf. Okay, so let's begin. Now, all the energy's all set up, everything's all nice candles consecrated, rose petals consecrated. I mean, this is just great so far. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to take this petition and I'm going to give it to La Santissima. But before I do that, I'm going to give offerings on your behalf to her. Okay? So we'll begin with a prayer and begin offering red wine. Okay? La Nina Roja, La Santissima, Most Holy Death, hear my calling, hear my prayers. She who has been with me in the beginning, she who is with me now, and she who will be with me in the end. Kind and gentle be your kiss when you come to take my life. I give these offerings of red wine, of silver, tequila, and of brown tequila. And I light your sacred cigar. I place this petition in your hands. I place this spell, these written desires, in the hand of La Santissima. La Madrina, La Juseda, La Flaquita, La Nina Blanca, Senora Negra, I pray and I praise thee. I pray and I praise thee. Okay, so now I would like to show you this. And I use this a lot in my love work. I call this the heart of the lovers. It's an anchor stone. One which has been consecrated, fumigated by various entities of love. Astarte, Aphrodite, etc. And now, as you can see, Santa Muerte is holding in her hand the globe. This has been in her hands for the past 9 days. I've been feeding it, her spirit, by breathing and fumigating the sphere with the smoke of a sacred tobacco, which in and of itself contains her essence, contains her spirit, contains her energy. And this will be used in this ritual. Okay? Now, we're going to need, there's going to be so much energy, so much intense, loving, and lustful, and attractive energies that they need to be solidified. They need to be harnessed. Okay, so we have this here. You might recognize this talisman. It's literally the same as the one I'm standing in. The universal circle also acts as a triangle. It also acts as a way to condensify, constrain, as well as even empower all magic that is done in its center. Okay? Now, before we go any further, I'm going to take the jar of honey. This is sweet, natural honey. Alright? We're going to take the consecrated candle. Okay? And I've combined here in this pestle and mortar various herbs. And I'm going to consecrate them right now. Okay? Each one has been individually consecrated and then combined together, and then we're going to consecrate it anew. We've got lavender oil, okay? We've got slut water for its ability to not only be an additional source of love energy, to not only apply its abilities and energies of attraction, love, beguiling, but also it's used as an additional power source for other spells and rituals. Okay, so we'll also be using that. Here we have my elixir of obsession. Okay, it's a little trade house secret there. And we have consecration oil, which I'll be using too. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to first activate the consecration oil. I'm going to add a few droplets into the herbs. Now forgive me for how I do look right now. I'm sweating. It is really hot in here. The energies are very intense. Very intense. Energies of this nature are always hot. Always hot. So yeah. Okay. Oil of consecration. I activate you in order to imbue your magical essence into these creatures of herbs before me, so they be reborn and renewed and empowered to do my sorcerous bidding. So it shall be. So it shall be. Okay, and I'm just going to, as I do this, I'm going to combine and mix this a little more. Okay, I'm going to combine this a little more. Okay. Creatures of the earth, spirit of these consecrated herbs, I activate and I consecrate your power within you, to call upon your powers of love, to call upon your powers of obsession, to call upon your powers of beguiling, to call upon all the powers needed here within this rite, to call upon all the powers that you have been individually charged with. Be reborn now as a creature of my sorcerous works. And now I'm going to take these herbs. I'm going to place them within the honey, like so. Okay. I'm going to smother on top a few droplets of lavender oil. Okay. Now, in many spells and rituals, you would place the actual herbs and a photograph together, but your photos are with the petition in the beautiful saint in Astarte hand. Now, I'm going to take the elixir of obsession. The elixir of obsession, I activate and I consecrate you. In the name of Kavon, I activate and I consecrate you. I activate your powers of obsession. I activate your powers of beguilement. I activate your alluring, beguiling nature. I'm going to add a few droplets of this into the jar. And that's enough. That is enough. That is more than enough. I'm also going to add a small amount of this slut water. Slut water, I activate you in the name and by the power of Astarte to empower this love spell, to empower this love ritual by the energies of the goddess. To join these two beings today in this magical union. So it shall be. So it is done. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, and now everything's combined. Go ahead and consecrate this. Creature of magic, spirit of this spell, I combine your various essences. I combine your various intelligences. I combine the spirit of each ingredient, of each soul contained herein, of each power to work in harmony and to work in unison. I activate the magic contained herein. I activate the powers of love, the powers of lust, the powers of passion, the powers of compassion. I activate it all. I activate it all. I activate it all. I activate it all. We're going to take the cigar, Santa Muerte. Now, when you place these cigars on her altar, she blesses them. You know, to invoke Santa Muerte, you would invoke her through smoking the tobacco. Or tobacco. And we will now infuse the smoke into the actual jar. And this will also infuse Santa Muerte's energy into the spell for me. And her power, which has been charged in intent. This has been charged with intent. La Santissima, Most Holy Death, may you lend your essence to this spell. May you lend your grace to this spell. Now, the candle has been already consecrated. However, I am going to add some of the slut water, and I'm just going to pour it over. Okay? A big part of magic, don't forget, is feeling the urge to do something and following it. Following it. as well as the Elixir of Obsession. I'm going to gather some of these rose petals around me. As I said, they've been consecrated and charged, so I'm going to gather some of these because I feel the energy around me is intense, and I want to gather that within this centerpiece here. Excellent, excellent. And now I'm going to light Santa Muerte, a holy dead La Santa Muerte incense. Now I will take this blessed and magically imbued red ribbon, and I will entwine this around the spell. And I will also then connect this ribbon to the same ribbon that is on the petition in Santa Muerte's hand, and I will also wrap it around her hand to create such a connection. And now I will be taking these two figures. I'm not much of an artistic person. I am really not. That does not matter. That does not matter at all. What matters is the fact that these have actually been sitting on my radionics box, and they've been on top of each of your photographs, siphoning your energy into them. So not only are these two things essentially sympathetic, like sympathetic magic in nature, or imitative, they're actually containing your energy. And I will be facing these two together. I'll be tying the rest of the ribbon around the entire figurines. I bind you in love. I bind you in passion. I bind you in lust. I bind you in compassion. I bind you to loyalty. I bind you in infatuation. I bind you eternally. I bind you. So it is done. I bind you. I bind you. I bind you. And now, take the oil of obsession. I activate this oil in order to bind these two souls. Bind this man to this woman. Conjoin their hearts, conjoin their bodies, conjoin their minds, conjoin their souls. Conjoin their bodies, conjoin their minds, combine their essence, combine their souls. He shall fall truthfully and honestly for her, and she shall accept him with open arms. But the powers that be, by the powers of magic, Israchu, Mantantu, Vespacha, Kaltamu, Israanta, Mankala, Mandachu, Baltazu, Vaskala, Israchu, Kantantu, Velschatsa. I call upon all the powers of magic to rise around me, rise above me, rise below me, rise within me, rise before me. I call upon all the powers of magic to sanctify this union, to empower this union, to intensify this union. I light the lamp of the heart. I light the lamp of passion and love. Gateway of fire, creature of flame, I open this gateway before me. I open this gateway before me. Be the creature and be the gateway into the heart, the mind, the body, and the soul of both this man and woman bound before me. Bound in love, bound in passion, bound in compassion, bound in lust. Unify them as one. Unify them as one. Unify them as one. May the powers of magic whisper into their minds, whisper into their bodies, and whisper into their souls, so they shall be together. May this crimson ribbon wrap around their minds, so they shall think of one another. May this crimson ribbon wrap around the hands of Saint Death, and may La Nina Roja intermingle the flames, intermingle the passion, intermingle the love, intermingle the lust. I stand before you tonight as if I were a priest, joining you both in holy matrimony. I call upon all the powers of love. I call upon the ancient frequency, and I solidify it before me now within this flame, within this candle, within this jar, within the petals, within the ingredients, within the ribbon, within Santa Muerte, within me, within me. Israchu mantantu vespacha kaltamu, Israanta mankala manachu baltachu vaskala, Israchu kantantu veskats. All the gods and goddesses of love and of passion, this is your stone. All the gods and the spirits and the goddesses of love and of the heart and of union, this is your sphere. This is the heart of the lovers. I consecrate it so, in the name of La Nina Roja, in the name of Astarte, in the name of Aphrodite, in the name of Venus, in the name of them all. I imbue into you my own power. I imbue into you my own essence. Santa Muerte, I pray and I praise thee, she who has been with me in the beginning, she who is with me now, she who is with me until the day that I die. Kind and gentle be your kiss when you come to take my life. May you join these two lovers together. May you join them in unison. May you bring them forth. May you destroy all barriers, all obstacles with your sickle, with your scythe. May you cut any interference out of their lives that may stop these two being joined in union. Hold each of their heart upon the scales. Balance them as if they are matters of justice, as if they are matters I pray you so to bring these two lovers together. No resistance shall be. La Santísima, la Nina Blanca, la Nina Negra, la Nina Roja, la Useta, la Madrina. I pray and I praise thee. Cast your blessings upon them both. Cast your blessings and your essence upon this spell. Under the heart of the lover's stone, I offer my blood. I seal this calling upon you both. I seal this sorcery upon you both. By the power of my sorcerous works, by the power contained within me, by the power of the stone of the heart of the lovers, by the power of this consecrated lamp, by the power of this jar spell, by the power of the ribbon, by the power of this ritual, by the power of the petition, by the power of Santa Muerte, by all the powers of magic, I have two daggers. I have a male and a female one. The male embodies all the power of the masculine god, masculine powers of existence. This is the female figure. It represents all the powers of the feminine, which I call, and which anyone should be calling on within such a rite. By the power of this dagger, by the power of this spear. This is the spear of the goddess that pierces. This is the spear of the goddess that pierces the hearts, that pierces the souls, that pierces the body, and that pierces the mind of you both. Like the arrows of Cupid, I now pierce you both. By the spear of the goddess, your heart has been pierced. So it shall be. So it is done.